it's just West Fargo.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they played the number 2 team in the state and beat them 35-0. Oh, well,
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, so great year.
Ooh, that's a face shot.
All right, I'm going to mute us. From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas, alongside my partner Jake McKeever, as we're getting ready for what should be a fantastic game tonight between the number 3 team in the EDC, the Fargo North Spartans, and the number 4 team, the Shanley Deacons. We're looking at 2 teams very close in the standings, playing in a game that equals 2 games in the standings. It's a 2-point game tonight. And Jake, with so much on the line here, what are you expecting these 2 teams to bring to the table this evening?
Well, with these 2 teams neck and neck, I really look for the experience in the defense of Fargo North and the experience in the front court for Shanley Deacons tonight.
All right, absolutely. Those have been strong suits for both these squads all year long. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. For now, folks, we're going to have to turn things over to the PA announcer, but don't go anywhere. We got a fantastic game coming up in just a few minutes.
Good evening and welcome to McCormick Gymnasium at Shanley High School for tonight's Eastern Dakota Conference volleyball matchup, featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Fargo North Spartans, and their home team, Shanley Deacons. Shanley High School would like to remind all fans that we're a tobacco-free campus and that smoking is prohibited on the school grounds. That includes outside and in the parking lot. Thank you for your cooperation. The concession stand and restrooms here are located south of the gymnasium in the commons area. At this time, we ask that you please rise as Father Charles McCoy will lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Thanks and praise be to you, God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has bestowed on us in Christ every spiritual blessing in the heavens. And we thank you so much for the blessing of being able to gather together here today. As always, we ask you to be with us, watch over us, bless us, and those close to us. Keep the players free from injury and harm. Allow them to play to the best of their ability and to enjoy the contest here tonight. And let everything that we think, say, and do here tonight give you great honor, glory, and praise. We pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus, by the power of your Holy Spirit. You are God forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing and remove all headwear. Place your hand over your heart as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by Lily Rossau, a freshman here at Shanley High School.
Don't go anywhere, folks. High school volleyball action is next after a brief word from our sponsors.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, Ed's Marine and Storage, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Kochman Brothers Homes, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields, and TCI Insurance.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School volleyball action. I'm Jed Thomas, of course, joined by Jake McKeever, as we're getting ready for what should be one of the best games I think we brought to you all year. Isn't that right, Jake?
Yeah, this is going to be a great environment here tonight. Two great volleyball teams squaring off at McCormick Gymnasium.
And, Jake, you know, we focused on the keys to the game earlier on, some of the bigger picture stuff, but let's break it down a bit further and tell me, who are you looking at individually to be some of the top performers here tonight?
Individually on the Spartan roster, I see Anna Goff and Kaya Hudson, two senior back row players with a lot of experience. And for the Deacons, I see Riley Payne and Sierra Berg, two very good players up front.
Absolutely, Jake. You know, that really speaks to the strengths of these two squads. Shanley, such a dominant front court. They got a lot of height, a lot of power up there. North, meanwhile, with a really strong backcourt, good defense, tons of veteran experience back there. It's kind of a clash of opposite teams in a way, and I think that's going to make for a really fun game to watch.
Yeah, both opposite teams, but they both have a lot of experience across the board.
Absolutely. So some different strategies, but at the end of the day, two very strong teams. Now, we mentioned earlier on, this is a 2-point game, and so what that means is that tonight's game is going to count for 2. This will be the only time these two squads play in the regular season. So, like I said, it's going to have the same implications that 2 games would have. And Shanley right now is in 4th place in the EDC. Fargo North is in 3rd. These two teams are neck and neck, so tonight is just going to be huge standings-wise.
Yeah, they'll almost flip-flop tonight depending on the winner.
All right, well, it should be fun to see how this one shapes up. Last game we brought to you was when the Deacons took on the West Fargo Packers at home. That was an instant classic. Shanley gave the Packers a run for their money and then some. West Fargo, of course, the #1 team in the East and really probably the whole state right now, looking very strong, but Shanley played them close. The Deacons, despite walking away with a loss that night, I think have really been riding a pretty big confidence high since then, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, they played really well in that Fargo Metro tournament this past weekend, taking second in the gold division, only losing to West Fargo again.
Absolutely. So Shanley looking like they're really the team to be outside of West Fargo, who of course just continues to really dominate their competition.
Yeah, West Fargo and North scored off on Tuesday night, and West Fargo got the better of North there.
Yeah, so something to watch. We'll see what these two teams bring to the table, though, here tonight. You can talk all you want about the rest of the season and what's happened, but right now these two teams starting fresh, going up against each other, first time they've met all year. So we're just about ready to start things off. Referee's going to finalize these starting lineups, make sure everything's good to go. Like we said, Fargo North featuring a very strong backcourt. They got a lot of experience. Look at Maddie Holm at center. That'll be another name to watch. She's been the setter for Fargo North for the last couple of years and has done a really nice job holding down that starting position.
Yeah, Holm and Baki, we're going to be calling their names a lot tonight. Very good players.
All right, so just a couple more seconds here as they're trying to make sure they've got the right personnel out on the court. And you'll see Anna Goff check in, and with that, I believe we are ready to go here at McCormick Gymnasium. The Spartans will start tonight off serving.
It's key for the Deacons to start off in this first set really well.
Absolutely. Shanley has shown when they get off to a strong start, they can dominate the rest of a set. And with that, we're underway as Huber goes up to Vetter, who sets up for Meyer. Her shot easily handled by Holm, but then a miscommunication on the Spartans side will lead to a point for the Deacons. Sierra Bird comes in for Shanley. That's a name to watch for here for the Deacons. Payne serving. It was low. It was perfectly placed, and that makes it 2-0.
A great spot serve there from Riley Payne.
Payne will continue to serve now. She keeps it low once again. This time the Spartans able to keep it alive, but not for long as Shanley makes it 3-0 in the early going here. And folks, real quick, we want to apologize. Due to an issue with our scoreboard equipment, we will not be able to give you a scoreboard here tonight. So we'll be working double duty trying to give you that score as much as possible. Our apologies. We are working to get our scoreboard capabilities restored as soon as possible. A long volley going on right now as Berg loads up and makes it 4-0.
And that's one of the keys for Shanley to get Berg rolling early.
Absolutely, Jake. One of the names you said to watch for, and you can see why. Riley Payne continuing this run. She's really liking the low serve right now. It's working well. That ball from Baki will be handled easily by the Deacons, but a great dig keeps this alive for Fargo North. Straub sets it up. Meyer spikes. It was tipped at the line and then handled by Goff. Holmes sets this one up. Then Hudson comes in. She's blocked. And it'll be a point for the Deacons as a lift is called against the Spartans.
This is that strong start I was talking about for the Deacons as they're up 5-0 here early.
Payne again, keeping it low. Holmes sets this one up, fired from the outside that time by Armin, easily handled by the Deacons. Straup trying to go cross court. Holm kept it alive, took a bounce off the rafters, and then tangled up that time. It was Anna Goff and Kaya Hudson. They didn't know who had it, and they ultimately let the ball drop. And so now Fargo North taking the timeout, down 6-0 right now. And Jake, you know, as you said, Shanley was going to want that fast start, you know, try to get rolling early and just keep the momentum up. Well, that's exactly what they've done. But now the Spartans on their heels a bit. They got to call the timeout. What are your thoughts here if you're Fargo North?
You just got to slow the momentum of Shanley here. It's been some mental errors, some fundamental stuff. You really can't put that ball off the rafter. That's just kind of bad luck. But I think they'll bounce back here.
All right, well, we'll see what the timeout can do. Oftentimes, a little break in the game can help swing momentum back your way, kind of slow the rush for the other team. If you're the Spartans, you're certainly hoping that's what the timeout did. Riley Payne back to serve, keeping it low. Once again, the Spartans set up. A little poke by Baki. Meyer, great job keeping it alive, and then Berg pushes over. Holm sets, then the spike on the near side, taken once again by Payne. Straub fires, Goff was there, but a whistle going against the Spartans, and it's a net violation.
Yeah, that's a good rally coming out of the timeout there.
So 7-0 now the score in favor of Shanley. Certainly not what Fargo North wanted when they used that timeout. Payne's serve is handled by Goff. Quick set by Holm, and then it's pushed over by Elise Baki. Straub over to Meyer. Her ball tipped at the line. And no, they will say that was last touch by the Deacons, and I do think that's the right call. I think that ball actually hit the net and not the hand of a North player. Sori serving. Heinrich there to take it for Shanley. That ball thrown right back in the face of Grace Meyer. And now Heinrich goes over to Berg. Berg's ball taken in the corner. Just about a disaster there for Fargo North, but they do a great job getting this ball back onto the Shanley side. Meyer loads up that time, hammers it in, and that makes it 8-1 in favor of Shanley.
Meyer just powered it through the Spartan blocker there.
So Grace Meyer, fresh off that kill, is headed back to serve. Deeper serve from Meyer. Goff receives. Holm puts it up. And now Hudson fires one that's tipped at the line and then handled by Vetter. Straub over to Berg. And it's too easy for Sierra Berg. She just picks her spot and unloads. 9-1. Now the score in favor of Shanley. Meyer will continue to serve as that ball's handled by Hudson, set by Holm, and then Baki gives a little tap on the outside. Vetter sets, Berg spikes, but she is blocked. And a great response that time by the Spartans. Now 9-2 in favor of Shanley. Let's see if Fargo North can get a run going. Low ball from Goff. Heinrich right there. Straub sets. Berg spikes. And a great response from Sierra Berg, fresh off of getting blocked. She quickly makes everyone forget about that.
Yep, going right back to Berg after she got blocked. That's big time for her confidence.
Jordan Straub now serving for Shanley. That ball handled by Sori, put up by Holm. Now Hudson on the outside, cross court. Heinrich there for the Deacons. Straub over to Berg, tipped and in. 11-2, Sierra Berg with another kill.
And you can't ask for a better start here if you're a Deacon fan.
Absolutely, Jake. It has been fantastic in the early going for Shanley. Sori up to Holm. Now at the line, that ball is blocked. And they'll say out of bounds, a close call. Lexi Gemtrude was stuffed at the line. That ball was very close, and they will say it was out of bounds. Goshen back to serve. Meyer takes it. Straub sets it up, and now Berg fires one over. That one was close to going out. Sori decided to take it, though, and then Hudson gets the kill. So it pays off for the Spartans there as it's now 11-4.
Hudson, a very versatile player, plays in the backcourt and does well up front too.
Goshen will continue to serve. It's a short serve. Meyer is in there to take it. Then Straub sets it back for Vetter. Great play that time from the junior. The spike from Hudson is blocked, but the Spartans able to respond and tap it back over. Fantastic play at the net to make it 11-5. Fargo North's luck has really turned around here. Goshen serving seems to be the key as she gets an ace there. to make it 11-6.
And volleyball is a game of runs. You saw Shanley start off good. Now North starting to crawl back a little bit here.
And this is more what we thought we'd see from Fargo North. You know, it was a big lead for Shanley early on, but we expected a much closer game, and that's what we were seeing from the Spartans there right before Vetter got the point there for Shanley. So it's still a big lead in favor of the Deacons. Sierra Berg back to serve. It's 12-6. Goff receives. Hudson puts it up. Now on the outside, Holm has to tap it over. Straub to Vetter. Now on the near side, it's Payne, and that ball is out of bounds off of Fargo North.
Another good player up front for the Deacons, Riley Payne, the other key player in my analysis.
Well, Jake, you were spot on there, as Berg and Payne have been fantastic for Shanley in the early going. Sorey took that ball, but it ended up falling a bit too close to the net. Not enough space to work with that time for the Spartans. So it's 14-6. Sierra Berg will continue to serve. Berg's ball taken by Goff. It's high up into the air. Hudson centers, and then it's sent over by Gemtrude, but too much behind that one. It goes out of bounds. Berg having a great go of it serving right now. We'll see if she can continue that. And it's another strong serve as the Spartans look to respond. Gemtrude spikes. Meyer handled it. The Deacons might have been saved by the rafters that time, as that ball was going to go way out of bounds. Now Hudson on the outside fires one, but whiffed, and so it's 15-6. And folks, I don't know if you could see it, but Grace Meyer took that ball. It went high up into the air. It was going to be too far for any Deacon to reach, but it took a nice bounce off of the rafters, ultimately kept it in play for Shanley. So a bit of luck there for the Deacons helps them out, makes it 16-6. Sorey takes that ball from Berg, the set from Goshen. Gemtrude spiked. It was partially blocked by Fredericks, but it falls on the Deacons' side to make it 16-7. Hudson serving for Fargo North. Meyer handled it awkwardly near the shoulders, but the Deacons able to recover and get it over. The set, then the spike from Holm, and she picks the corner. Straub let it go, thought it was going out, but it finds its way inbounds.
That was a good kill from the setter Holm there. Great placement.
Absolutely. Not too often you see Holm going up there to spike that ball, usually the one setting it, but that time it looks like a natural. Better sets, Frederick spikes, and the Spartans cannot handle it. It's 17-8 now. Hadley Huber in the serve now for Shanley. Huber puts it up, keeps it low. It's a great dig that time by Hudson, and now Holmes sends it over. Heinrich receives, Straub sets it up, Meyer spikes. It was out of bounds, but it was tipped by Fargo North. 18-8 now, a 10-point lead for the Deacons. They are dominating set number one. Deep ball from Huber, Goff there to take it, the set from Goshen, and then a little poke from Gemtrude. Shanley able to recover. Payne fires, that ball sent right back by Goshen. Vetter sets it up, now Meyer tries. It was out of bounds, but once again, it was tipped.
I think that might have stuck a piece of the line. The referee on the end there called it in.
All right, so nonetheless, the Deacons get the point. 19-8, Shanley trying to close out set number one. Goff receives, Goshen sets, Sorey could not get enough behind that one. She was trying to go cross court there and ultimately put it into the net. 5 points away from victory in set number one are the Deacons, and Fargo North, sensing the desperation in their situation, they take the timeout.
Yeah, North's kind of got to get some confidence back here. You see, they can play with the Deacons, just kind of the fundamental stuff that's been killing them are here early.
Absolutely, Jake. You know, we just saw that ball from Sorey, had a good opportunity, just kind of whiffed at it. It's been stuff like that, you know, some opportunities that they just haven't been able to capitalize on, in part, like you said, because of those fundamental errors. Folks, while we have a little break here, we want to tell you, don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV. Follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV, and follow us on Instagram. Once again, that's at ShanleyTV. So Fargo North takes the timeout here in a tough situation as Shanley is 5 points away from taking game number 1. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Spartans made there in that timeout. Huber's serve is taken that time by Hudson, set by Goshen, and that ball is in for the Spartans, so 20-9.
That's a little confidence booster coming out of the timeout. That's a big point.
Absolutely, Jake. You always want to get that first point after you're the one who takes a timeout. Gemtrude serving. That's a hard serve. Huber able to get a piece of it, and then Vetter poked it over. Spartans setting up. Sorry. Her ball beautifully dug that time by Heinrich, and now Meyer pokes it over. And a great job by Meyer to find the open spot. Gemtrude just makes the wrong read that time. Julia Vetter back to serve now for Shanley. The Deacons are 4 points away from taking this first set. The Spartans trying to prevent that from happening, but we got a whistle, and a violation against Shanley will cost them the point. So 21-10 now. Fargo North certainly not making it easy on Shanley. Holmes serving, and that one is low and into the net. So another one of those mental errors, Jake, that have really cost the Spartans here.
Yeah, it's hard to get back in the game when you're giving the other team 3 points.
Payne serving, that's a deep ball. Goff able to get a piece of it. Berg poked it back for Shanley. Huber now up to Vetter. She sets for Berg, and that'll make it 23-10.
And Berg's really having a good first game here.
Absolutely, Jake. No surprises there. Payne will continue to serve. This time she puts it low. Great dig by Goff. Holm then sends it to the opposite side over to Armin. The Deacons look to respond. Meyer's ball saved again by Goff. Having a heck of a point here. That ball pushed over by Hudson. Then Vetter with a great set for Berg, but a violation on a great play will make it 23-11.
That was a great volley between both teams. Julie just got her foot on the line there. Tough break.
Rose Sorey back to serve now. North trailing by 12 here in this first game. Heinrich with the dig. Vetter then gives it over to Berg. Berg's ball taken by Sorey, set by Holm, then up the middle. Baki finds a hole and makes it 23-12. Sorey will continue to serve now. Long ball, Huber there to take it. Vetter sets. Straub with the spike. It was close, but a great save. Hudson's ball into the net, and the Spartans can't get it back. It's 4 hits, and so Shanley 1 point away from taking game number 1. Grace Meyer back to serve. On game point, it's a low ball. Goff there to take it into the net, and the Spartans can't get it back over. So Shanley takes set number 1, 25-12. And Jake, what are your thoughts after a dominant performance here by the Deacons early on?
Well, the Deacons dominant, and I look for them to keep that momentum rolling in here into game 2. But I wouldn't sleep on North. They're a good team, a few fundamental errors, and I think they'll be make this game 2 very well.
Absolutely, Jake. And here we got some stats from this first set. Julia Vetter and Jordan Straub are both tied with 4 assists for the Deacons. In the kills department, no surprises here. Sierra Berg with 5 to lead the way for Shanley. Grace Meyer with 2, and then a couple girls back there with 1. So some stats there for the Deacons, none of them too surprising. Those are all girls who we thought would be key contributors, and obviously that's what they're doing here tonight. And folks, while we have a little break, we want to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at ShanleyAthleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. So as we said, the Deacons took game number 1 at dominant fashion at 25-12. Jake, you said it best, though. Don't sleep on Fargo North. You know, in that last game we brought to you, Shanley versus West Fargo, the Deacons, to be perfectly honest, were really crushed in that first game by the Packers. West Fargo dominated game number 1. I think everybody thought it was going to be kind of a blowout, and Shanley totally turned it around, flipped the script on the Spartans. It was a super tight game in the end. West Fargo escaped with a win. But I think that game is a great example of how, like you said, Jake, you can't sleep on a team just because they start the night off on a bad note.
Well, it's 0-0 right now in this game, and I think anything can happen here with Fargo North.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Only down 1 game, plenty left to be played here tonight. In the early going, you know, we gave you some stats there for the Deacons. No surprises. Sierra Berg, Julia Vetter, Jordan Straub, all 3 of them contributing in a big way. On the north side of things now, we don't have any stats for you, but, you know, just from the eye test, I think it's pretty clear. Some of the big contributors there, honestly, who I'm looking at right now is Carly Goshen. Her performance, I thought, was outstanding against the Deacons. When she checked in and started getting some more reps, the game really kind of turned in favor of Fargo North. Wouldn't you agree, Jake?
Yeah, when she was serving, North went on a little run there, but I've been looking at Goss had some nice digs, and Baki been playing well too.
No doubt about it. Goff especially made some great plays on defense, kept a lot of points alive for Fargo North that I don't think many other teams could have kept going. So about ready to start game number 2. The sides have switched, and the Deacons will start off serving. Just waiting to get set here. Rose Sori checks in for Fargo North, and she had a strong finish to that first game for the Spartans. All right, and it looks like we are about ready to go. Referee just finalizing the lineup on the Shanley side of things now. And no surprises there, a lot of familiar faces. It'll be Julia Vetter back to serve to start things off. So Vetter serves to start things off in game number 2. Goff handles that one awkwardly. Sori able to get it over, and a great play by Fargo North to start off this second game. Goff tried to make a save there and ultimately goes out of bounds. So Shanley does come away with the point to start things off.
The first point of the game is always very important.
Absolutely, Jake. We saw that strong start for Shanley in game number 1 really set the tone for the rest of that. Holm on the set. Baki up the middle. Looked like she was loading up and then just kind of tapped it over. Shanley not fooled, though, and they get the point. Grace Meyer gets the kill.
Shanley's really setting the tone here with that high tempo.
Absolutely. Strong starts. Been the key to success for them this year, and tonight is no exception. Excuse me. That ball partially blocked at the line, but the Deacons could not keep it going, so 2-1 now.
Serving for the Spartans, number 15, Rose Sori.
Sori is back to serve for Fargo North. Low ball taken by Stroup. Vetter sets it up, then Payne up the middle. Great save, though. Spartans keep it alive. Vetter sets, Meyer spikes and gets the kill. 3-1. Grace Meyer starting off the second set on a good note. Riley Payne is back to serve now for Shanley. Payne's ball taken that time by Hudson, put up by Holm. Now Hudson comes back, goes cross court, and picks her spot that time. Deadly accuracy from Kaya Hudson.
That's a good kill from the back row, not an easy shot.
Goff now back to serve. We've talked about her. She's made some great plays on defense. And a quick substitution here for Shanley as Kate Olson comes in. Goff with the low serve. Olson there to take it. Now the spike from Berg. Sori there for the Spartans. Holm back to Goff. Long ball and a great call as the Deacons let it go. You saw Heinrich there saying to back off. She knew where it was headed.
Also checking in
Olivia Manuel coming in now for Shanley. And she'll be the one to serve it. Manuel's serve, taken by Goff, and then Holm and Hudson. Neither one knew who had it, and they just kind of let it fall there. Tough break. Manuel will continue to serve here. Goff receives. Then that ball put up into the air by Holm. Almost another miscommunication that time, but the Spartans were able to keep it alive. Not for long, though, as Sierra Berg gets the kill.
Another fast start here in game 2 for the Deacons.
6-2. North, starting off a bit better than they did in the first game, but still, Jake, like you said, it's been mostly Shanley here. As that ball goes off the arms of Sori, and it's 7-2 now. Braylee Hansen in now for Fargo North. Olivia Manuel is still serving. Holmes sets it up. Hudson on the near side. Heinrich right there for Shanley. Better sets. Berg spikes. Goff with a great play. And now Holm goes over to Hudson. Heinrich there once again to take that ball from Hudson. Vetter sets it up for Stroup on the near side, but Stroup with a little too much behind that.
And look to see if North can get a little bit of a run here with Carly Goshen back into serve.
Goshen's ball handled by Heinrich. Stroup sets it up. Berg spikes. Right there was Hansen, and then a great tap at the line by Gemtrude. Heads up play, but Shanley's able to recover. Berg's ball handled that time by Goff. Gemtrude pushes it over. Manuel receives. Vetter sets now. Berg on the far side. Goff there once again. The set from Goshen tapped over by Fredericks, and the freshman Lander Fredericks there to make a nice play. But it looks like that point is going to Fargo North, Jake. And
yeah.
Did you see what happened there?
The referee called a net violation, but I couldn't catch the number.
All right, so a nice break for the Spartans. The Deacons slip up there. They have the violation. And so it's 7-4. Shanley, though, trying to get that point back. And Lander Fredericks gets the kill that we thought she had on the last play to make it 8-4. Set from Goshen. Now Gemtrude up the middle. It was a deep ball. Heinrich decided to go for it. Stroup over to Berg. Received nicely by Hansen. The set, then the spike from Hudson. Right there is Manuel. Stroup goes over to Vetter. The Spartans keeping it alive. A great play by Hudson. She kept it inbounds. Stroup sets up for Fredericks, and the Spartans can't keep it alive that time, as it is now 9-4 in favor of Shanley. Straup's ball just over the head of Goff, and how about that play from Anna Goff? Great awareness that time.
That's got to be the senior experience to recognize where that ball is going to land.
It's a 4-point lead for Shanley, up 9-5. Hudson serves, Stroup receives, Vetter sets, Berg fires, it's blocked, but it falls out of bounds. So the Deacons make a nice read themselves. Payne back in for Shanley, Sierra Berg back to serve. Low ball from Berg, scrapes over the net, but it pays off nicely as that makes it 11-5. Berg will continue to serve here for Shanley. Another low ball, Sori there to take it. Goshen puts it up, Sori fires, Payne receives, and Fredericks taps it over for another kill.
Great placement by the freshman Fredericks right there.
7-point lead now in favor of Shanley. They're up 12-5. Sierra Berg is still serving, and how versatile is she, Jake, for Fargo Shanley? She can serve, she can play up front, and she does both very well.
Yeah, she's been around the program for a lot of years.
And that ball heads out of bounds. It's another point for Shanley. Berg's ball taken by Goff. put up by Goshen, and then up the middle that time it was Holm. Deacons able to respond, but a violation called, I believe, against Fredericks.
That's a tough ball to dig out there with the net.
13-6 now, still in favor of Shanley, but the Spartans are getting the ball, and it's Lexi Gemtrude back to serve. Heinrich there to receive. Vetter sets it up. The spike from Payne, saved nicely by Hudson. Little tap by Sori, and Shanley can't respond. A great play fools the Deacons, makes it 13-7. Gemtrude will continue to serve. It's a low ball. Straub takes it. Vetter sets. Payne spikes. Gemtrude with a great defensive play. Goshen set that one up for Hudson. Now Straub for Fredericks, who's denied. And just like that, Fargo North is on a bit of a run, Jake.
Yeah, they're coming back well with the serving of Gemtrude.
13-8, just a 5-point lead now for the Deacons. Longer ball this time from Gemtrude. Straub receives. Vetter tried to make a play on it. Thought she was going for the set, tried to fool the Spartans, but it ends up going into the net.
Yeah, Gemtrude kind of mixed up her serve there. Usually goes the hard low one, but gave it a little loft on that one.
Pays off nicely. Gemtrude going back to that hard low style. Vetter sets. Payne with a little tap. And right there was Hudson. The set, then Holm, and a great defensive play by Vetter as Payne fires, and it's once again taken by Hudson. Baki spikes, and it's now 13-10.
This is what I was saying. Don't sleep on Fargo North. They'll come back and get you.
Absolutely, Jake. You really kind of predicted it here, and you got to wonder, perhaps, will Shanley burn a timeout here? Gemtrude still serving. She switches that up once again. Straub sets. Payne spikes. And it's still in play. It takes a north bounce off of the rafters. Straub sets it up. Payne trying again. This time she gets it. And so Shanley might not have to take that timeout just yet. 14-10 in favor of Shanley here in this second set. Spartans are trailing, but playing much better than they did in game number one. Low ball from Huber. The set, then a spike from Baki, and Elise Baki finds the hole in the defense. Just a 3-point lead once again for Shanley. And it's Maddie Holm back to serve. Longer ball from Holm. Huber receives. Tough play at the net. Julia Vetter makes a great play. Not going for the set that time. Instead, she kind of fakes out Fargo North and just taps it over. Vetter is serving, but we got a whistle and a violation against Fargo North. So that point doesn't even have to be played. It's 16-11 now.
Looks like the referee called out of rotation there on Fargo North.
That's a tough mistake here for the Spartans. They had really been getting those mental errors under control, and in an important situation, another one pops up. Spike is blocked that time from Armand, and so it's 17-11. Shanley regaining their form from the beginning of this set. Vetter's ball taken by Gemtrude. The set from Holm, then at the line. Baki able to get it over. Vetter sets, Meyer spikes, and Meyer scores. 18-11 in favor of Shanley.
The Deacons are really coming back after that big run from Fargo North.
Yeah, just when it looked like the Spartans were maybe going to tie things up, Shanley came roaring back. Baki fires. Huber with a great play to save it. Baki's ball then into the net. Vetter sets. Payne spikes and finds that ball inbounds. 19-11, this run continuing for Shanley behind the serving of Julia Vetter. Gemtrude receives the fake from Holm. Vetter tried to save it, but the Deacons unable to respond. 19-12 now.
Yeah, we talked about the experience of Maddie Holm there, just kind of tapping it right over.
Absolutely, you can see, the senior just using those years of experience. Like you said, she's been starting for a while. Payne fires a fantastic play made by Rose Sori. Vetter sets it up now for Meyer, and that ball, a lot of power. Holm could not handle it. Sierra Berg back in for Shanley. They're 5 points away from taking it set number 2. Riley Payne is back to serve. Gemtrude receives a bit awkwardly. Holm able to settle it down and get it over to Hudson, though, and Huber could not get to that one in time. Natalie Heinrich checking back in for Shanley now. And it's Anna Goff back to serve for Fargo North. Low ball from Goff. Heinrich receives the set then from Vetter. Berg fires. That one almost saved by Holm. Made a nice play, but not enough Spartans around that one to keep it going. It's an 8-point lead now for Shanley. Fredericks and Manuel in now. Olivia Manuel will go back to serve. The sophomore gonna try to close this one out. Serve from the lefty, taken by Hansen, then a little push over by Holmes. Straub sets for the Deacons. Berg fires, and Sierra Berg does not take long to make her presence known once again. Manuel will continue to serve here. Shanley is now just 3 points away. Manuel's ball dug nicely that time by Hansen. The set from Holm, then the spike from Hudson. It was close, but they'll say it was in, and so it's 22-14. Goshen back to serve now for Fargo North. Low ball, Manuel right there for Shanley. The set, then the spike from Berg, and Sierra Berg just continuing to dominate out there.
She's having a great night like usual.
Jordan Stroup is serving. Shanley needs just 2 points to make it 2-0 in the games department. Gemtrude tried to make a play at it. That ball fell awkwardly, though. You see her point to herself, say my bad there in the huddle. And Gemtrude, you know, she's got to feel good about herself. She had an excellent game number 2 here. Game point, Straub fires, low serve taken by Hansen. Goshen sets, then a spike by Holm on the outside. Heinrich right there. Set from Straub, Berg fires, not so fast. Goff right there to take it. A miscommunication on the part of the Spartans somehow found its way over. And what a break that time. Hudson took a swing at it and found the Shanley side. Excellent job by Fargo North to stay alive. Low ball from Hudson. Straub receives. Vetter sets. Frederick spikes. It hit the net, but it found its way over, and that's all the Deacons need as they take set number 2, 25-15. And Jake, your thoughts? That game a little closer, but still Shanley in control for most of it.
Yeah, Shanley's still dominating up front, but North playing a little better. And I think whichever team starts game number 3 off with a fast start will probably take game number 3.
Certainly you'd think so, Jake, as Shanley has started off really strong in games number 1 and 2 and able to ride that wave to victory in both those sets. So some stats here for you once again for the Shanley side of things. We got Julia Vetter leading the way with 13 assists. She really took control here in game number 2. Straub still looking good though with 6 herself. In the kills department, Grace Meyer has 6. She really came out in game number 2 as well. Sierra Berg, though, continues to lead the way for Shanley with 8. On the Fargo North side of things, Maddie Holm has got 3 kills, and Elise Baki has 4. No surprises there. We've called their names a lot. And then Holm has 3 assists as well, and Carly Goshen has got 4, along with 1 block. So some stats there for you. Like we said, game number 2, closer, but still Shanley able to walk away with a win there. Game number 1, it was 25-12 in favor of the Deacons. Game number 2, 25-15. Although, Jake, I do think Fargo North's performance was better than that score reflects. I think they had a much better game number 2 than game number 1.
Yeah, they had a big run there behind the serving of Gentry, so I think they should start with her serving this game number 3.
Yeah, Jake, you know, in game number 1, Goshen was the girl who really kind of got things going for Fargo North. Had a nice game number 2 as well. And then in game number 2, it was Gemtrude who's serving, really kind of energized Fargo North. Those two really having excellent nights here. They weren't necessarily our players to watch here tonight, but they've definitely stepped up. I think they've been two of North's best players. And so, folks, once again, we just want to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member, and anyone can join. So sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. And folks, the Shanley Athletic Club, just gotta give them all the credit in the world. If it weren't for them, we would not be able to do anything we do here. They've provided us with so much, and they continue to do so. So, folks, please go check out the Shanley Athletic Club. They're doing fantastic things, not just for us, but also for the sports that we broadcast to you. So, really, just go check out the Shanley Athletic Club. Great organization. So, Fargo North will start off serving in game number 3. Shanley likely hoping for another fast start here. Games 1 and 2, that's exactly what they did. It set the tone for the rest of those games. Vetter sets that ball, blocked from Meyer, and the Deacons can't recover. Meyer made a nice effort play that time, but North able to get that first point. And a good start here would go a long way for the Spartans. Holm continues to serve low and fast. Vetter sets, Payne spikes, Holm able to keep it going though. The set, then the spike that time from Hansen. Deacons trying to respond. Straub's ball handled again by Hansen. The set, then the spike that time from Baki. Straub over to Payne, and Payne a little too much behind that one. And look at that, it's 2-0 now.
Yeah, that's the start North wanted. I noticed that Braley Hansen and Anagoff switched libero spots, and I don't really understand that, but we'll see if it works out.
I mean, it's a 2-0 start so far, so it's not working, Jake. Straub fires from the opposite side, and that ball just a little poke over. It's going to be a violation against Fargo North, but that was a great play from Armand regardless. Really made a smart decision there despite the fact that it does not end up being points. Payne, hard serve. That ball saved, though, by Hansen. Now Payne puts it up in the air. Vetter over to Meyer. Meyer is blocked, and oh, man. Elise Baki sent that one flying back to the Shanley side. 3-1 now in favor of North. Back to serve. It is Goff. Waiting to get set here. Not quite sure what the delay is from. The officials were just waiting for something. Nonetheless, we're back and going as Goff's serve is taken by Payne. That ball put right back. It caught Berg off guard. And 4-1 now in favor of Fargo North. Jake, how about this start by the visitors?
Like I'm always saying, don't sleep on Fargo North. They're a good volleyball team.
It's taken them a while to kind of reach their full form, but boy, they're looking good right now. This ball tapped over, but a violation will give the Deacons the point. Worth noting, though, Shanley's only 2 points in game number 3 have come off of violations by Fargo North. And, folks, a quick shout-out to Braden Bars, who is watching this game. Braden, thank you for tuning in. And, folks, if you're looking for a shout-out, if you're at home watching, get in contact with us. Find us on social media, and we'll try to give you a shout-out. So, Braden Bars, thanks for tuning in. Grace Meyer back to serve now as the Deacons have drawn a bit closer here, down by only 1. Meyer's ball taken that time by Hansen, put up in the air by Holm, and now Goff will send it over. Meyer receives, Vetter sets, and now Berg fires, and Sierra Berg with yet another kill. And now a timeout is taken by Fargo North. So Jake, it was a fantastic start here for Fargo North. Best start to any set here tonight, but Shanley has found their way back and tied things up 4-4.
Well, Shanley's really been playing great tonight, and I think that's why they've been coming back. Sierra Berg's been playing absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. And you know, like I said before, 2 of Shanley's 4 points here have come off of violations made by the Spartans, and it really kind of speaks to that narrative we've had going here. Fargo North, it's been those mental errors that have really cost them in a lot of situations. And another shout out here to Dustin Payne watching from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you for tuning in, Dustin. Glad to hear it. And once again, folks, if you're watching, get in contact with us. We'll try to give you a shout out. We love to know that you're watching our broadcasts. So out of the timeout, we'll see if the Spartans can regain that momentum they had as Payne gets that ball up to Fredericks, and then Payne will send it over herself. Goff gets that one up to Holm. That ball fired. Deacons barely keep it alive. Payne able to get it over. Riley Payne and Grace Meyer, excellent effort plays, but it's not enough as Elise Baki comes in and slams that door shut. Hansen serving it, and once again, North just kind of hurting themselves that time as that ball goes into the net.
It's kind of been the story of the night for the Fargo North Spartans.
Absolutely, Jake. Jordan Straub serving, low ball, great dig by Hansen, then put up by Holm. That ball from Hudson was blocked, but the Spartans recover nicely. Manuel keeps this one alive for Shanley. Vetter then gets it over to Berg, and Berg's ball is taken by Goff. Holmes sets the spike then from Hudson, and she just whiffs on that one, and that'll make it 6-5 in favor of Shanley. Straub back to serve as the Deacons lead by 1 now. Goff receives, Holmes sets, Gemtrude up the middle, just a little tap. Fredericks not fooled. Holmes sets, that ball fired that time by Armand, and that'll tie it up 6-6.
A little bit more back and forth here in game number 3.
Absolutely, it's been a lot closer in this third set. Goshen back serving. Great dig that time from Manuel. Payne sends it over, and then a nice dig by Goff. That ball spiked from home, but it is blocked. Berg and Fredericks combine, and they make it 7-6 in favor of Shanley. And now Sierra Berg back to serve for Fargo Shanley. She had a nice run serving in set number 2, and she starts off on the right note, making it 8-6. And another shout out here, folks, to a Shanley legend, Mrs. Brock, watching with her son at home, watching their cousin Grace, his cousin Grace. That'd be Grace Meyer, who's having a heck of a night. So Mrs. Brock, thank you for tuning in. Glad to hear it. And the Deacons put that ball out of bounds, makes it 8-7. So just a 1-point game. We're looking at a much tighter set number 3 here. Kaya Hudson back serving. Olivia Manuel there to take it for Shanley. Straub, not sure if she was trying to set it or send it over. But hey, the Deacons got the point, so it doesn't really matter. No, wait, the violation was against the Deacons, so it does matter. Jake.
The referee signaled both ways on that one.
So it's 8-8, although that ball ends up into the net. Makes it 9-8 in favor of Shanley. And boy, Jake, so like we said, it's been a lot closer here in game 3, but I think we've also seen a bit sloppier play from both teams as both squads have had a lot more slip-ups and violations than the rest of the game.
For sure, the tempo just feels different here in this game number 3.
It's been closer, but a bit more awkward at times. Both teams looking a little rougher here, as that ball is going to be just inside. So that makes it 9-9 now. We're still tied. Gemtrude back serving now for Fargo North. Had an excellent run in the second set. Huber receives. Vetter tried to poke it over. She was blocked. And Payne tried to keep it alive but could not. So it's a 1-point lead in favor of Fargo North. Low ball from Gemtrude. Straub receives. Vetter sets. Meyer on the near side, but that ball is blocked. 11-9 in favor of Fargo North.
North just seems to play better when Gemtrude's serving.
Absolutely, Jake. You know, not sure how to explain it. Her serves have been nice, but really the overall play of the team is just a lot better when she's back there. Vetter with the set. Payne sends it over. A whistle and another violation against Shanley. It's a lift this time. So 12-9. And it was back and forth for a long time, but Fargo North starting to find separation here. Shanley on the ropes a little bit. Low ball from Gemtrude. Straub receives. Vetter sets. The spike from Meyer. It is tipped, but kept alive by Goshen. Set from home. Spike from Baki. Straub couldn't keep it going. That ball goes out of bounds. And the Deacons got to be thinking about taking a timeout here. Gemtrude, deep serve. Straub receives. Vetter sets, and then Payne spikes. Able to find a little opening there and put it in.
That's a big point for the Deacons to stop this North run.
Absolutely, Jake. That perhaps saves them from having to take a timeout. We'll see if they can keep this run alive, though. Julia Vetter on the serve. The set from Goshen. The spike from Baki, and Huber right there to receive as Heinrich sends it over to Straub. Hansen receives. Goshen sets. Sorry spikes. It's blocked. Did a great job keeping it alive, though. Natalie Heinrich responds for Shanley. Grace Meyer unloads. Spartans trying to respond, and what a play from Hudson. Vetter sets a little poke from Payne, and Riley Payne able to get the kill to give that point to the Deacons. Man, though, what a volley. Short serve from Vetter, just kept alive, but not for long. Riley Payne puts it down, and it's now 13-12. The Deacons trail by 1. Vetter with the low serve, the set from Goshen, then Sori spikes. Huber there to make the play. Vetter sets it up for Meyer. Meyer again unloads, and the Spartans just can't handle it.
This is a great response to that run.
Absolutely, Jake. Fargo North was rolling there for a while, built up a 4-point lead, the biggest we've seen in this third set, but just like that, we are tied up once again. Holm fires. Huber right there to take it. Vetter sets. A little poke from Meyer. Spartans trying to respond, but that ball was underneath the net, and so it's 14-3. Shanley's got the lead. Vetter's serve. The set from Goshen, then the spike from Sori. It's blocked. 15-13 in favor of the Deacons. And so it's the Spartans who have to spend a timeout. And what a turn of events here for Shanley.
Yeah, I think the Spartan coaching staff just called that timeout to stop the momentum from the Deacons.
Absolutely, Jake. The Deacons turn things around like that here in set number 3. It's been really impressive. A great response by Fargo Shanley. And Jake, we've got a much closer set here going, much closer than the other two. If you're Fargo North, you had a lead going, but you've surrendered it, and now you're down 2. What are you doing with this time out here? Just kind of trying to calm nerves, you think?
I'm just telling them that we've shown that we can play and get on a run on these girls, and I think they'll do it again here.
All right, so we'll see if the timeout can help to stop some of the bleeding going right now for the Spartans. Vetter will continue to serve. She's been on a nice run here for Shanley. Fargo North certainly looking to end that, though, especially after this timeout. Deep serve from Vetter. Sori there to take it. Set from Goshen, then the spike from Holm. A little softer that time. Straub there to take it, though. Then Vetter sends it over to Meyer, and Meyer a little too much behind that one.
That's a big point for the Spartans out of the timeout.
So Maddie Holm is back to serve now for Fargo North. Deep ball from home. Heinrich receives. Vetter sets. Payne, little tap, and a great play by Riley Payne. Second time we've seen it. Same spot. So after the kill, Payne will go back to serve. Payne's ball taken by Hansen. The set then from home, and then Baki sends it over. Vetter there to take it, though. Straub sets. Berg with a little poke. Spartans come right back, though, as Sori gets it over. A great save by Meyer, though. Berg is blocked, however, and that makes it 16-15. 1 point lead now for Shanley. And now a substitution for Fargo North as Anna Goff will check in. Low serve by Goff. Huber takes it. The set, then the spike from Berg, and the Spartans just can't handle it. 2 point lead now for Shanley, up 17-15. Lander Fredericks comes into the game. Huber takes a seat. Grace Meyer back to serve. Low ball from Meyer. Set from home, and now the spike on the near side by Baki. Excellent job circumventing the blockers up front and then finding the hole in the defense. Hansen in the serve for Fargo North. Manuel receives. Straub sets. Berg spikes, on an excellent play by Sierra Berg.
Yeah, you usually see the powerful hits from Berg, but just kind of dinked that one over.
It was really fantastic. She couldn't just tap it because the blockers were right there. But, you know, loading up with the power wouldn't have been a great option that time either. So she kind of finds a middle ground. An excellent play. Not sure how to describe it. And just like that, another kill for that Shanley front court. Lander Fredericks right there. So 19-16 in favor of Shanley. Straub continues to serve. Straub's ball taken by Hudson, set by Holm, then a spike from Gemtrude is blocked and put over by Berg. The Shanley front court is taking control. Low ball from Straub, taken by Goff, set by Holm. Gemtrude up the middle and just out of reach of Olivia Manuel. So Lexi Gemtrude continues to be a huge impact performer here for the visitors. Goshen's ball taken by Manuel. Straub just taps it over. It won't matter though. A violation called against Fargo North makes it 21-17. Shanley leads this 2-0, and they are now 4 points away from coming away with a win on the night. Gemtrude loads up that time, but too much behind it, put it out of bounds. So now it's 22-17 in favor of Shanley. Low ball from Berg, Hansen there to take it. The set from Goshen, and then the spike from Holm. Manuel couldn't get it under control. And the Deacons thought they were still playing there, but that ball hit the wall, and that is automatically out of play. 4 point lead for Shanley, 22-18. Manuel takes the low serve. Oh, what a play from Straub as Heinrich is able to send it over. Gemtrude loads up, she's blocked, but the Spartans still alive. Sori now tries. Straub there again for Shanley. Vetter sets, Payne spike, she's blocked. Heinrich responds. The set from Vetter. Fredericks just able to get it over. Gemtrude, though, picks the corner and is able to get the point for Fargo North.
North is staying alive here in game number 3.
Again, folks, like we said, Shanley leads this 2-0, and right now they lead on the scoreboard 22-19. Hudson's ball taken by Manuel. The set from Straub, then a spike from Payne. It was off the net, just saved that time by Goshen. Ball blocked at the line. Goshen there once again. Straub there for Shanley. Vetter sets, Payne spike. She's blocked. Vetter there. Heinrich over to Vetter. Vetter has to send it over. Holm got a piece of it. Set, then the spike from Sori is blocked. We're still going, though, as Goshen gets it over to Holm. Heinrich with a beautiful play to save it. Payne fires, and it is still going back and forth. Manuel up to Straub. Now Payne on the near side. She can end it. We're still going. Straub over to Heinrich, and Vetter able to get it over. Set from Goshen. Gemtrude taps it. Straub to Vetter. Finally, yes! The Deacons win the longest point of the night, 23-19. And how about that for a momentum swing? That series of events has brought this crowd into this game now. Shanley just 2 points away from getting the win. Huber, low ball taken by Sori. Set from Goshen. Gemtrude fires. Shanley maybe 2 points away, but the Spartans now are only 5 away themselves. 23-20 the score. Lexi Gemtrude is serving. The senior has had an excellent night back there for Fargo North. Vetter sets, Meyer fires. That ball just kept alive by Goshen. Now Hudson has to send it over. Huber up to Straub. The play made by Payne up front, but we're still alive as Hudson comes in to save it. Ball was partially blocked, but not enough. And now it's 23-21, just a 2-point game in set number 3. Gemtrude continues to serve here for Fargo North. Short ball, Heinrich there, Vetter sets, Meyer fires and splits the defenders.
The Deacons just 1 point away now.
1 point away from winning everything here tonight. Julia Vetter is back to serve for Shanley. Low ball from Vetter, and that's a tough break for the Deacons. Had an opportunity, but they couldn't capitalize. So Maddie Holm back to serve from Fargo North as they're still alive. Low ball from Holm, Heinrich receives, Vetter sets, in comes Meyer. She's blocked though, it's 24-23. And after 2 dominant sets to start things off by Shanley, how about this? 24-23 here in set number 3. The Deacons lead by just 1. Low ball, Heinrich receives, Vetter sets, in comes Payne, she's blocked! And so it's 24-24. It's no longer game point. Low serve, Heinrich there, Vetter sets, Meyer gonna try again, an excellent save by Hansen. Holm sets, Sori spikes, Meyer there for Shanley. Payne sets it up, Meyer puts it over, Holm responds for Fargo North. The set, then the spike from Baki. Right there, though, was Vetter. Straub battling at the net. Payne there to back her up. Holm sets. Baki comes in, and Baki scores. 25-24. The Spartans have come roaring back, and Shanley better do something soon, or they will let this third set escape. Holm serving, low ball, and into the net. Oh, what a costly mistake for the Spartans. We saw it happen to Shanley just a couple points ago.
That's tough on match point.
Absolutely. So now it's 25-25. You got to win by 2, but look at that. Jake, we said earlier in this set that it had been probably the sloppiest one all night, which is pretty funny considering it's been the closest contested. So 26-25. It is game point now. Goff serves. That ball saved by Meyer. A long push. Huber kept it alive. Vetter sets, now the push from Berg in the middle. Goff up to Holm. Baki taps it. Right there is Payne, though. Vetter to Berg. Berg trying to tie things up. She can't. Played excellently by the Spartans. Saved by Payne, though. That ball handled awkwardly, and it won't make it over. 26-26. What a third set. We're all tied up, and now we got a substitution here for the Deacons. Lander Fredericks comes in. Meyer is back to serve. Low ball from Meyer, set from Holm. Now on the outside, it's Hudson, and no one there for the Deacons. And we've seen that a couple times here for Shanley. Now Olivia Manuel comes in for the Deacons. So a lot of youth out on the court. 2 sophomores and a freshman. Long ball from Hansen. Payne receives. Straub sets it up. Berg fires. It was tipped at the line. We're still going, though. Holm gets it over to Gemtrude. Oh, what a block, though. Fredericks and Straub combine. So we're tied up 27-27. Jordan Straub is back to serve now for Fargo Shanley. Long ball from Straub. Goff over to Hansen. Hansen's ball up to Holm. She just has to send it over. Straub sets. Berg tapped it over. And just like that, it's 28-27. The Deacons have their first lead in a long time. Crowd getting loud now as it is match point. Jordan Straub is serving. Let's see if the Deacons can finish this one off. Deep ball from Straub, received by Hansen. The set from Holm on the outside. It's Hudson Berg into the net. Fredericks couldn't keep it going. And so we have got more volleyball to play, 28-28.
We got a marathon here in set number 3.
Back to serve. It's Goshen. She's been one of their best here tonight. Manuel receives. Straub sets. Berg fires in the middle. Goff was there to get it. Goshen over to Gemtrude. Manuel takes it. Straub sets. Now Berg tries again, but there's too much on that one. So it's 29-28. Goshen here in game point. Low ball from Goshen. Straub receives. Vetter sets. Berg at the line. Excellent save by Goshen. Now it's tapped over. Vetter over to Straub. In comes Berg trying to get the kill. Can the Spartans respond? Somehow get it over, but it'll be Deacon point as it was outside the antenna. So 29-29. We are still going. The Deacons lead this 2-0, but we're all tied up in the third set, 29-29. Goshen puts it up in the air. Goff pushes it over. Berg to Straub. She sets for Fredericks, and the freshman gets the kill. Lander Fredericks is having one heck of a night, especially when you consider that she is just a freshman. Match point, Berg serving. Deep ball, Goff there to take it. The set, then the spike from Hudson. Vetter right there for Shanley. Straub sets it up. In comes Payne. That ball still going. Hudson to Goff. Manuel receives. Straub sets. Payne fires into the net. Still going. Holm on the outside. Hudson couldn't keep it going. And the Deacons just barely take set number 3. Man, did they have to work for it, though. We'll get you some stats here as the Deacons come away with a 3-0 win, 3-0. And so, after 3, Sierra Berg led the way with 15 kills for the Deacons, had an excellent night. Right behind her with 9 was Grace Meyer, followed by Riley Payne with 7. Jordan Straub chipped in 11 assists to go along with 2 kills. How about Julia Vetter, though, 21 assists. She was really facilitating a lot of the offense for Shanley tonight. Over on the Fargo North side of things, Elise Bakke, 8 kills. I believe she had 4 blocks as well. She had an excellent night up front. A whole bunch of girls with 4 kills for the Spartans, and then Maddie Holm had 5. So Fargo North really spreading out the load there. And then in the assist department, Carly Goshen had 6. Maddie Holm had 8. So Fargo North unable to come away with the win in that third set, so Shanley walks away winning this one 3-0. Boy, did they have to work for it, though, Jake.
Well, they had to work hard in that third set.
Absolutely, and so Shanley does come away with the win, though. It's a 2-point game. Your thoughts going forward here as the Deacons will flip-flop with Fargo North and move up to number 3 in the East, while Fargo North will go to number 4.
Yeah, most likely that these teams will see each other in the EDC tournament trying to get a bid for state, and I think it'll be a very exciting matchup when that occurs.
All right, should be fun to watch these teams going forward. Tonight, though, it was Shanley's night as they come away in this third set 31-29. For Jake McKeever and for our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo: Shanley Deacons 3, Fargo North Spartans 0. To watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.